The customers turned down this picture, and it was doomed to many years of wanderings. It saw the asceticism of monastic walls and the luxury of royal palaces. In the 16th century, it was almost forgotten. In the 19th century, it became one of the most popular works in the world art, and in the middle of the 20th century, it was nearly lost. All these twists and turns fell to the lot of Raphael's Sistine Madonna. The great Italian painter of the Renaissance was called the poet of Madonna's image. The motif of a mother with a baby remained unchanged in many of Raphael's paintings. Madonna is looking at us trustfully and anxiously at the same time. With her greatness and simplicity, the woman is carrying her son, the dearest one for her, to the people. With confidence, Madonna easily makes her steps on the clouds, curling under her bare feet. The whole look of Madonna reminds of an ordinary peasant woman, but this ordinary woman is looked upon as the Holy Mother. Bending his knees, an old man in a ceremonial papal gown, St. Sixtus, looks at Madonna admiringly. The Virgin appeared before him. She was accompanied with St. Barbara, who alleviates the torments of dying men. The art critics believe that the Sistine Madonna is the graveside canvas that Raphael created after the death of Pope Julius II, his benefactor. Therefore, the features of Julius II are imprinted on the image of St. Sixtus, and the papal tiara on the parapet is crowned with an acorn, the heraldic symbol of Julius II. Raphael's patron was a self-willed old man. He would beat artists with his crosier and order the frescoes he didn't like to be destroyed. At the same time, Julius II didn't spare resources on the decoration of palaces and churches. He ordered Raphael to paint the halls of the new papal palace in Rome, and the artist created a number of majestic frescoes, among them the School of Athens, the Disputa, the Parnassus, and others. In 1513, Julius II died, and Raphael, as one of his favorite artists, was invited to paint a picture that was to have been placed above the Pope's tomb in the Roman Cathedral San Pietro in Vincoli. But the Pope's relatives changed their mind and placed the statue instead of the picture. It was the sculpture called Moses, created by Michelangelo, Raphael's eternal rival. And Raphael's rejected picture was carried from Rome. This is how the wanderings of the Sistine Madonna began. For 200 years, the picture Sistine Madonna was kept in the provincial Italian town of Piacenza in the Benedictine monastery of San Sisto. It caused the legend saying that the Sistine Madonna was ordered by the monks for their altar. More than 2 centuries passed, and in 1754, German Kurfürst August III, a passionate collector of paintings, bought the picture. He paid 20,000 sequins for it, a considerable sum at the time. The picture was brought to Saxony, to the Zwinger, the palace ensemble in Dresden. But only few people were able to see it then, because the pearl of the collection was hidden in one of the desolate halls of the palace for the following 100 years. And meanwhile, Europe was shaken with revolutions. In 1849, a popular revolt broke out in Germany. During street battles in Dresden, Zwinger's concert hall caught fire. Fortunately, the pictures were not damaged. 6 years later, the damaged part of the palace was restored. The Dresden Gallery became the place of pilgrimage for thousands of people from many countries of the world. On the 8th of May, 1945, 1,500 American bombers attacked Dresden. The historic center of the city, having the 300-year-old history, was destroyed in an hour and a half. The architectural ensemble of Zwinger became ruins. But 2 months later, Soviet soldiers found a neglected stone quarry near Dresden. Some canvases of Dutch masters were there, right on wet stones, and only one picture was carefully packed in a box with special shock absorbers. It was the Sistine Madonna. In summer of 1945, the picture with other masterpieces from German museums was taken to Moscow. For 9 years, the best restorers from Moscow and Leningrad were returning the damaged works of art to life. In 1954, the Sistine Madonna and other exhibits from the Dresden Gallery were shown in the Pushkin Museum of Fine Arts in Moscow for 2 months and then returned to the GDR. The Sistine Madonna returned to Dresden. During the 500 years that passed since it was written, the borders of the countries and the state systems changed. New generations were born, but the immortal work of Raphael still excites admiration and worship. She goes by, aware of their praise, benignly dressed in humility, and seems as if she were a thing come from heaven to earth to show a miracle.